These little pussies look like they don't want to let out my brethren, you know. Remember I tell you this, you know. Don't play with us. Remember I tell you, two of us, you know. Back to back how we deal with this thing, you know. See? Yo! Yeah. How you mean? How you mean? Oh my God! Come on! We out here, cuz. We out here. To all my madam mercenaries, and we back here on SheepStaysLeepTV. And I'm your host, DS1 Ross, man. I appreciate all the love and the support. Today's show was actually supposed to be last night's show, but we're going to get to it today. 2 things that disqualifies you from being a man. 2 things that disqualifies you from being a man. Before we get into that, I want to start off and say, shout out to everybody, as always, who support me. And if y'all was wondering the music that I was playing before I started the show, that is what here in America we call drill music. But the guys who I was playing are the guys who actually created drill, because drill rap actually was started in the UK as underground gangster hip hop. Gangster hip hop to us, what we call gangster hip hop in America, drill music or whatever, they call it grime music. And a lot of the young dudes, the generation right under me and 2 generations under, they pretty much grew up on the internet. See, my generation, we were like the last generation to actually be outside and deal with human interaction every day. The next generations after us, the next 2 rather, this is where they discovered what we call drill rap. They discovered it online. And the way that they did this was, of course, they couldn't go outside. So they did a lot of sound. This is why you have the era of SoundCloud rappers. Dudes getting signed off SoundCloud, Reverb Nation. And these young dudes discovered a form of music that was dope to them, and they copied it. And they called it drill rap. But they got it from the UK. They got it from the guys that I was just playing, guys like Dutchy Velli, guys like M. Huncho. These are the originators of drill rap, or what they call in the UK grime. So you see how in the hood we listen to drill, in the hood out in UK they listen to grime music. That's the music they hustle to. That's the music they live, their livelihood is encompassed in. So make sure y'all check them out, man. Go check out Dutchy Velli. Go check out M. Huncho, all them dudes, man. Go check out the UK scene, man. Cause I found out about those guys last year sometime. Yeah, that's a fact, Hannibal. That's a fact. That is a fact. They was playing the UK music on MTV2 back in the early 2000s. They was. But the thing with the grime music is the UK is so big that they don't have to cross over into American markets to make money, because the UK people support their people over there. So guys like Dutchy Velli and all them All them brothers over there, because they all black men. Those are black men over there. All them dudes is black. You know what I'm saying? Um, they didn't have to make the crossover like guys in America have to do. As an American artist, most American rappers seek to make the crossover. Over there in the UK, they don't have to cross over. They don't have to come to America to sell records. They got their own record labels. They have their own distribution. They have their own media, everything there. So that's probably why you didn't see them on MTV2 no more, the music, because they didn't need to be in American markets to make money. Go and check out some of their videos. It's millions of views. So salute to y'all, man. Salute to y'all. I definitely wanted to let y'all know about that, man, because I know y'all probably was like, damn, why DS1 playing this? Yeah, because I'm into a whole lot of different music. I'm a music connoisseur. You know, so shout out to the UK. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Like I said, today's title is Two Things That Disqualifies You from Being a Man. Now, as men, right, we're supposed to, and I spoke on this yesterday, we're supposed to have morale, because you cannot have integrity without morality. And you cannot, and having integrity is a principle. And men are supposed to be principle based. You see? Because all of these things speaks to a man's mindset and how he tries to structure his life. You see? This is why you hear a lot of the men say over here that women need to cooperate. We need women to cooperate because men, like I just said, men are principle based, or they're supposed to be. So a man who lives his life on principles and not narratives, but he lives his life on principles, a woman has to be able to fit into his program, because his program is going to be structured, and his program is going to be structured based off of those principles. You see? And let me go ahead and get this clear too, because a lot of y'all dudes run around here with the misconceptions of what being a man is. Just because you're over 25 years old, don't make you a man. Just because you constantly having sex and having children, don't make you a man. Just because you're paying bills, don't make you a man. Because I know children, or I grew up, one of my homeboys I grew up with, his mom's was on drugs. He had to he had to sell the same drugs his mother was on so they could have somewhere to stay. So paying bills don't make you a man. That don't make you a man. You see, what makes you a man is what you stand on, what you stand for, what you stand on, your principles. You see, and this is what dictates whether a woman is going to respect you or not. You see, A woman's respect for you is based on your principles, what you stand on as a man. What you stand on. What are you about? You see? And there's a lot of men today who thinks that behaving like women still qualifies them to be men. And when I say, when I say behaving like women, I'm meaning in the terms of these two things. Because it's two things that'll disqualify you for being a man. Number one, and we talking about men. We're not talking about males. Let's get that clear too. You were born a male. If you have a phallus and testicles, you are a male. You're not a man. A man is something you mature into becoming. You're not born a man. You're born a male. You're a male. So every guy that's around here are not men. Everybody's not men. This is why you have guys who will stand behind certain things that are not manly, or will stand behind men who do questionable things, things that you can question his manhood about. So any guy who stands behind a guy like that, I have to question your manhood. You see? And see, one of those things that disqualifies you from being a man, not a male, a man, is to be a fudge packer. If you pack fudge, if you are a fudge packer, you have been disqualified from being a man. You are a male. That is what you are. You are a fudge packing male. You're not a man. You're not a man. Because if you was taught to be a man, you would have been taught that men don't do that. Men don't pack fudge. Males do that. You know, gynocratic males, maggle males, those are your fudge packers. You know, a male that insists on the size of a man's phallus. He's not a man. That's a male. That's a male, because men don't do that. Men don't inquire about other men's private parts. That is not of a man. That is of a male. See, that is of a male. Because there's males who do this. There's specific type of males. These are not men. You see? Because men do man shit. Like mind their business. And don't inquire about another man's money or his Johnson, or where his Johnson is going or has been. These are not things that men do. These are things that males do. So if you're doing that, or if you're following someone who's doing this, you have been disqualified from being a man. And this is why the females around here treat y'all like males and not like men. This is why when the women get on the panels with men, the behavior is different than when they're on the panel with you males. It's a different conversation. It's a different tone. See? It's a different tone because they know they're in the presence of men and not males. You see? So if you are a fudge packer, you're not a man. That's the first thing. That's the first thing. You're not a man. If you're running around being a sodomite, you're not a man. You're a male. You're a male because men don't rock like that. Because men were taught from the time they were males that men don't perform those types of acts. You don't play in boo-boo. You don't play in boo-boo, son. Your phallus don't go back there, son. That's wickedness, boy. If you do this, you done checked out of manhood, boy. See, that's what the men taught me. You run around here being a sodomite, you not a man. You're not a man. You running around here fudge packing. You're not a man. And a lot of these narratives that are brought out around this space, these BS narratives that's not getting nowhere, that are just circular talking points, are constantly held on a panel of these males, these fudge packing males. See? So if you're running around here playing that game, playing the sodomite game, see, that's not becoming of a man. That's not becoming of a man. And the men in this space know this. They know it. Shout out to Bucket. He said, DS1, keep spitting that fire. Appreciate you, bro. That's not becoming of a man. And we have to stop thinking or marginalizing what being a man is. Because, see, it's only okay to draw them little weak lines when it comes to males and manhood when it comes to black men. See, there's no discrepancy with other groups of men. They know who's a male and who's a man. See, that's why in the mob, if you was found out to be a fudge packer, you was put to sleep. They put you to sleep. If they catch you fudge packing, you get put to bed. You get put to sleep because you're not a man. Because men don't do that. You see, we talking about stomp down men. They don't do that. They don't partake in that. They are not backyardigans. They don't make mud pies for dinner. You see, they're not a part of the rectal sphere. Cause see, this gonna keep coming out about these weirdos around here that y'all want to call men. These are weird males. These are sick-minded males. See? And it's crazy how these same males get up on a platform and speak about the effeminate male and how the system seeks to effeminize black males. But I see a lot of effeminate dark erotica going on around here. I'm seeing a lot of Skittles. I'm seeing a lot of mudslides and mud pies around here. And around men, you're not a man. See? See, you could go get the bag. You could go get the car. You could go get the house and all of that. But are you a man? See, being a man, you know, what's that? You know that commercial? What is it? A MasterCard commercial. Hot dogs at the ball game, $20. Buying souvenirs after the game, $50. Being a man, priceless. And that's what you guys don't understand. Being a man is priceless. There's no price tag on being a man. There is no salary amount to prove you're a man. You see? Oh, he not a man because he don't make this amount of money. That's male talk. And males speak like that because they're maggles who was taught that by their mothers, who told them to go out and be slaves and whores for females. This is why no matter how old these males get, they never have respect. Their mamas never respect them. Their grandmamas never respect them. And then when their daughters grow up, they don't respect them. Because you're not a man, you're a male. You're a commodity. You're a male. That's what you are. You're not a man because there's no price tag on being a man. So when you got guys like Jimmy Smacks, y'all go check this out if y'all don't know about it. Go check out Jimmy Smacks. He just got exposed for being a fudge packer for money. And he's supposed to be street guy, got a girl. But there's a lot of dudes out here fudge packing for pay. It's a lot of that going on. Because the lines have been blurred between what being a man is. See? So you got a guy like Jimmy Smacks, right? He gets exposed, and the video got put out of him topping some man off for some money. Ain't that some shit? But this is what happens when it becomes all about the bag. You start having males acting like females. See? Everybody want to come on here and talk about, oh yeah, these chicks is pay for play and OnlyFans. And what about all these dudes on OnlyFans doing depraved shit for money? What about that? Why y'all don't talk about that? Oh, y'all want to act like that don't exist, right? Y'all want to act like it ain't a bunch of dudes on OnlyFans being whores. Y'all want to act like it's not men on OnlyFans getting bukkakis, getting loads shot in their face. Y'all want to act like that ain't going on, right? Just like y'all want to act like it ain't going on right here in the black manosphere. With all these goddamn purses, Skittles, and Hershey Kisses hanging out. Man, y'all act like that ain't going on around here, man. Y'all want to sit here and act like that's not going on. Y'all want to sit here and harp on what the females are doing. But y'all want to act like y'all don't know some of y'all favorite YouTubers is on OnlyFans being a whore, doing depraved stuff on camera for money. So that's manhood? That's being a man? Hmm? You think these guys are only having sex with women for money? Huh? We all know that. We already know that that's not facts. Ask Brian Pumper, aka Fish Grease. Remember back in the day, they thought Lloyd Banks was Brian Pumper. Why? Because Brian Pumper got exposed for doing what? Male on male porn. This is with a bag at. Ask Lexington Steele. He's another one. Male on male porn. Mr. Marcus. Male on male porn. You get paid more as a man when you're a backyardigan, when you're a taintologist. When you're a taintologist, you get paid more. Right? That's why y'all still over there watching Cobra, even though y'all know he a sexual deviant. Because y'all like stuff like that. This is the type of stuff that gets you what you want. It's part of the entertainment industry. I get it. I've been said the manosphere was going mainstream. It's this is what we have to deal with. This is what comes with it. You want to be a main star? Pack some fudge as a black man. You'll get ahead much faster. You're a fudge packer. Somebody tell me if I'm lying. See, all y'all like to say DS1 is hating. And see, listen, if you're gonna get on your panel with those shots, just say my name. Just say my name. See, because this is what I notice about you males around here. Y'all love to call dudes haters when they speaking the truth. Let me repeat that. Y'all love calling dudes haters when they're telling the truth. Because none of you dudes who subliminally talk about me, because I hear it. The walls have ears, buddy. Right? None of you dudes could say DS1 is lying. You see? You won't come up and say you lying on people. See, they can't say that. That's why they say I'm hating. Because you can't say I'm lying. So if what I'm saying is true, you calling me a hater is you being in your feelings, Negro, because you don't agree with what I said. Just like the broads that you worship. You act just like them. But then when you come around me, it's nothing but love and respect, like them. See? So let's get to, we already got through the first thing. Now let's get to the second thing that disqualifies you from being a man. Let's get to the second thing. The second thing that disqualifies you from being a man is being a copycat. Now I know that may sound like, oh, he just being a copycat. See, what I want brothers to understand is all the guys that you look up to as your heroes, your revolutionaries, and all of that, I need y'all guys to do me a favor and study those guys' lives. Get to know, if you are advocate of Malcolm X, you should know what type of dude Malcolm X was based on what you read about him. You see? And if you read the stories of all of these stand-up men, revolutionaries, stomp down, they never got accused of being a fudge packer, and they never was copycats. They had their own style, and they brought their own flavor with their own message. And another thing they did was they didn't follow nobody. They weren't mirroring someone else's image. They had their own. They were original. See? As a man, you want to be original, authentic, genuine. Can't do that when you're a copycat. Can't do that when you're a copycat. Copycat content. Copycat everything. Now, I'm not sitting here saying you shouldn't go and study the guys who came before you who was better than you, but put your own spin on it. Put your own spin on it. Actually create topics and stop trying to reheat the same pot of goddamn beans. See, because growing up, when I grew up, and see, I don't have brothers. I don't have brothers and sisters. I'm the only child. So I grew up with my cousins and my uncles. And you know what my uncles used to tell me? Be yourself. Have your own style. Be original. Don't copy. Don't follow trends. When the new Jordans come out, let all of them get the Jordans, and then you get them. Then you get them. After they done been out and everybody Jordans messed up, then you go and pull yours out. Have your own style, have your own flavor, your own feng shui. Because growing up in the early 90s, it wasn't cool, especially from New York. I'm from New York. It's not cool to be a copycat. See, in New York, you got to have your own style with everything, with even how you carry yourself. See? See, over time, once the children started growing up in the house and not outside, this is where you get everybody copying each other. See, I had to go outside. So I had to create my own image amongst my friends. Shout out to Isaac, man. Appreciate the donation. He said, yo, DS1, I appreciate your work, bro. Masculine Mercenaries up. Yes, sir. Double up. Appreciate you. You see? I had, out of my group of friends, my homeboys, all of us have our individual personalities. And we grew up together. None of us act like each other. None of us. And you know why? Because we set out to produce that image amongst the group, amongst the men on the block. My group of men that I was with, we stood out because we did things to stand out. So we didn't just hustle, we went to school and got degrees. See? My friends that didn't grow up with their fathers to their children. See, we weren't taught to be copycats. See, because if we was taught to be copycats, we'll be deadbeat fathers. We'll be deadbeat dads. Because the ones we was up under, that's what they were doing. But we didn't do that. We wasn't peer pressured into doing what we did. It was all a choice that we made. And we made it as a crew. You see, so when y'all hear me say DS1, DS1 is a crew. That's an organization. And it's also a brand. But it started with a couple of young brothers in Brooklyn, New York. And them NYC home authority buildings on the project staircase. Walking to the corner store every day. Us sitting around, separating ourselves and creating our own image. That's how we came up with DS1. My homeboy created the name DS1. I came up with what it meant, which is the acronym Determined Successful Ones. That's why I say I'm DS1 Ross, because there are other members of DS1. There are other shareholders of DS1. You see? And all of us don't do YouTube. We all don't have platforms. See, that was my purpose. That's what my work is. To provide a platform for my brothers to come and they can eat from it. DS1 is a brand. Sheep Stay Sleep TV is under the umbrella of DS1. You see? DS1 just don't consist of DS1 Ross. See, I'm Ross. That's what my homies call me. But there's other guys who got DS1 on their name. which they will remain nameless. But this is what I do. You see? There's no copycatting here. See, either you gonna build or you not. You see what I'm saying? There's no copycatting here. There's none of that because we were taught from young. You don't get no respect for that. You get clowned when you want to look like everybody else. When you wear your shirt the way everybody else wear their shirt. You wear your jeans the way everybody else wear their jeans. Growing up in the time I grew up in, it was about originality. That is what separated you. That is what actually makes women pay attention to you. In case you guys didn't know, women like men who stand out. Let me say that again. Women like the guys who stand out in the crowd, not the guys who blend in. And see, you guys that blend in are the guys who are copycats because you hiding behind the strength of your homeboy because you can't shine on your own. That's why it's called determined successful ones, because we all hold down our own lane. You see? One, determined successful ones. We all riding in our own lane in our own vehicles, but guess what? We pulling out together. We pulling up together. But we all got our own lane. You see? In the video, when I spoke on Force Window, and I spoke on my best friend who committed suicide last year on New Year's, he was DS1. He was DS1. Day one. And guess what he did? He was a construction worker. He did construction. One of my other mans, he's a para. He's a teacher. He work in schools. He's a para. One of my other mans, he do the same thing. He a para. He work in schools. See? There's no copycatting here. That disqualifies you from being a man. You can't hang out with us if you don't have your own personality. You can't hang out with us if you don't bring nothing to the crew. You can't hang with us. Oh, you just want to hang because you know when we go out, it's women going to be around. We going to be doing certain things. So that's why you around. We don't rock with dudes like that. Because dudes who can't hold their own nuts and stand on their own things are dangerous. These are men who can put your life in jeopardy. And men are supposed to understand this. Men are supposed to understand this. You don't carry tag-alongs with you. That's dead weight. That's dead weight. That's what Corey was telling Zoe Williams. You ain't producing for what am I getting from us being friends? All I'm doing is bringing stuff to you. Where's the tangible things that I'm receiving from our friendship? Because a friend A friend is someone who invests in the other. A friend is not somebody who just you get on the phone and talk to. Go and look up the definition of a friend and tell me how many friends do you really have? Or do you have a bunch of copycats around? A bunch of tag-alongs? How many friends do you really have? Most of us can't call nobody and get $300 right now. See, this is why men don't rock with copycats, because you're not going to produce anything. And whatever you're going to produce, we might not even need it, because you a copycat. You watching other men. You watching what they doing. And you're watching what they doing because you don't have nothing going on. Originality. If you are not original, you're not a man. Because see, in the cipher, you have to bring something profound to the cipher. You can't just say anything in the bill. When we in the cipher and brothers is building, you can't come up when it's your time to speak and say something outlandish and stupid. You have to add to the bill. How are you going to have anything to add when you trying to be like the other brother? When you mimicking and copycatting and repackaging what he's saying and what he doing, you don't have nothing to offer. It's obvious. That's why you copying off another man. So those are the two things that get you disqualified from being a man. One, being a copycat, not being original. And two, being a fudge packer. Being a fudge packer. Those two things are not becoming of a man. Those are things that are becoming of males. Specific type of males, not men. Not men. Not men. So I just wanted to let y'all know that this afternoon, family. I'm not going to keep y'all too much longer. Shout out to everybody in the building. I'm going to give some shout outs, man. Y'all enjoyed the show. Cash App, $, Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Donate to the show. Show some love. Socketry. Cash App, $, Sheep Stay Sleep TV, man, is where y'all could go. I appreciate all the love and the support, though. Shout out to Chickadee in the building. I see you, sweetheart. Appreciate you. Shout out to my man Suavemente in the building. My man Third Ward, salute. Shout out to Hannibal. Shout out to Torrance V, peace to the God. My man Bucket in the building. Shout out to Sun Kissed in the building. Appreciate you. Shout out to all the masculine mercenaries that's in the building. Shout out to all my madam mercenaries that's in the building on us, probably tuned in. Shout out to the Thriller. Shout out to everybody, man. I ain't gonna scroll all the way up, but shout out to everybody. If I missed you, shout out to you, man. I appreciate all the love and the support. Like I said, if you're gonna be catching the playback, make sure you subscribe. Shout out to Brian Randall in the building. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell so you're notified every time I drop some new content right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. And brothers, hit the link in the description box. Hit the link in the description box, fellas. If you're having trouble with waking up and you're tired, waking up with brain fog, you can't think. You always need an extra boost if you're not a morning person. If you a truck driver, you on a road, and you're popping 5-hour energies and you're drinking Red Bulls and Monster energy drinks and all of that. Shout out to Gold Professor. Peace to the God. He was building on that earlier on his channel. That was some very vital information. You could scrap all those things, scratch all the energy drinks, scratch all of the gas station pills, man. And fellas, let's get on our A game. Let's get on our A game, fellas. Click the link in the description box. This is a herbal male solution made up of 22 herbs. And it helps with our overall health, endurance, libido, brain fog. It's going to give y'all brothers that extra pituitary activity. So you know, if you find yourself kind of glitching, because when I first started taking it, I found myself kind of like glitching, like my head would shake a little bit. No, I'm just joking, y'all. I'm just joking. But if you need that extra get up and go, fellas, hit the link in the description box. Fellas, let's get on our A game. Let's get on our A game. Before you check out, type in promo code SHEEP10. Get a percentage off on your purchase. I'm your host, DS1 Ross of SHEEPSTAYSLEEPTV. And remember, guys, we got to heal before we build. We got to heal before we build. Let's get on our A game, fellas. We'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
This is A-Game, an all-natural herbal dietary supplement formulated exclusively for men. Our proprietary blend was designed with one goal in mind: to improve your overall health, rejuvenating your vitality, energy, strength, and libido. Want to be at your peak performance in everything you do? Then bring your A-Game. Fast-acting, long-lasting, with no side effects.
If you wanna be on top, you better bring out Can't nobody stop me, cause I'm always on my If you wanna be the bitch, it's gonna get it, gonna talk, so you won't have a problem.